Back. Rookie mistake. Got to bring that over. Okay. All right, so I think we got the camera figured out. We have to adjust a few things, obviously, but that's not an issue right now. What we need to do is work on. So, also, what we need to do, since we're doing what we're doing, we're probably going to have to get rid of the mountain so we can save on resources. I don't know yet. We'll see. So I'm going to build out. I added more roads, as you can see. What I'm going to do is probably build some more buildings out this way and stuff, and then probably it probably just end here, and we might bring the mountain up to here. I don't know yet. But like I said, most of this stuff we're not even going to see it because we're in the isometric view now. And then we'll just do a player bounce, but we'll fill like some buildings up in here. I found some more buildings in a pack. So I'm kind of trying to utilize what I can. And like I said, a lot of this stuff is just filler out here because I think most of the games is gonna take place in this section here. Maybe, depends on how we build all this, we could extend it, but I'm got a feeling it's gonna be in here. So what we'll do is we'll decorate this, we'll put some trees, we'll do something, and we can always expand it a little bit. As you can see, we're just like running around in this little area. It doesn't look like much, but it's a lot. And then what that will do is we can make the waves spawn in this area and make it a little more difficult. So it's not so easy because right now they're all spawning all over. I think that's going to make it better. So that's what I've been working on. I worked on it for a little bit yesterday. Why all this is all weird is because these were all the old buildings we had with a different scale. I just haven't baked the thing yet. So I think we got the camera figured out. I figured out how we adjusted it. I think it needs to be adjusted just a little. Like he needs to be a little bit more here, but it's no big deal. Pretty sure it was these settings here. So yeah, we got pretty much everything. I don't want to mess with, I think it's this one. Yeah, I would say about right there. So maybe negative, what's 25? All right, 25 looks. I think we can bring that down. We want him in the center. So that'll probably be 13. Okay, there we go. And so what I was thinking is, we'll make this like a little square. We'll put some trees, put some stuff. Yeah, like what did we come to yeah, we'll fill out some buildings here, and maybe we'll throw some houses or something in here. I don't know yet. We'll see. But yeah, so I was working on it a little bit, not too long yesterday. But since we got this locked in, let's give it a shot. Let's see, we got to work on the player movement script a little bit. This works for right now, but it's still a little clunky. I think we have to adjust the way this is. I mean, we can either do it this angle, or we could go from another angle. I think this angle is going to work out. So what I did is I worked on Yeah, see, I'm pushing W and it goes that way, which should be up. And then when I'm hitting that, that goes that way. And left goes that way. So that's kind of the thing. We need to adjust that a little bit. So to go up, you have to hit W and D. So as you can see, I really worked on this side of the strip. Tried to make some variety and stuff to make sense. I still need to adjust this, these things, but I think it's looking good, and we have to work on that. How we can get that not to clip like that. So, and like I said, these buildings don't matter. Does not matter what we have in the front. So that's just kind of what I'm going for, because you're not going to see the fronts. Same over here. We can just utilize what we want to utilize over here. I think the roads are maybe a little big. Actually, I think they're okay. We need to fill in some spots here. But it doesn't matter what buildings we got over here either. They're just filling in space. So that's kind of nice. It's going to work for us. Like I said, I think this is going to be the play area. So, if we play the player bounds over here, City Hall will be there. It won't really matter what's even over here. We can still build it out just in case, just to make it. But I think what we got here, we're good. And then we just find stuff that we can fill in here to make it really, really cool. Because as you can see, it takes me a long time to get over here. And if we get a lot of enemies in here, it's going to be hard. Because it's gradually they're going to get harder and harder. So I think this is going to work out fine. And then everything will spawn within this area. So I think doing this view really solved a lot of problems and a lot of things. I mean, it's going to create new problems, obviously. But I think it's going to solve a lot of the issues we're running into with the 3D stuff. So let's take a look at and then the abduction works perfect. I haven't even done anything. That's still where we had it. And I think that will work for us. We can still adjust it. The abduction beam, the height, but I think that works. I mean, I would like it. See how you can see him shrinking and then boom. Oh, we died. I was like, uh-oh, what happened? I think I would still like it to be able to go off screen. I think that's better. So we just have to adjust it a little bit. But other than that, I think we're coming along here. I think doing this view, it wasn't ideal, wasn't what I kind of wanted in my mind, but I think this is what we have to. And obviously we can change it if we don't like this going from the left. I don't know. But I just like, it's just like all this is, the skybox, all this stuff we worked on, it's fine. I mean, it doesn't matter. We got to do what's best for the game. All right. So to do that, and like I was looking at here, so we got lamp poles. I like this one. I think we're going to utilize that one. Because those are just a little too. I mean, we could probably use, but you see what I'm saying? We can decorate this, and we can spend all our time, more polished time, just decorating the inside of the square, and I think that will work. We could still build out stuff here, but I think what serves us best is just this is the play area right here, and that's it. So, okay, let's, all right, I gotta find the prefabs for, yes, this. Okay, so we have this okay, start delay, 0.5. And that was the first one we did, which I like that color, but I don't like, I wish we did a cone, but I like that shader we got on there. Oh, so we have a fade in duration. Wonder we should probably can't adjust that. Probably adjust those and see what those look like and what they do. Okay. So yeah, so that's kind of where we're at today. Well, there's the okay, I can see that the camera's projecting that way. That's supposed to be a monument, but like I said, I don't know if that's what we're gonna do there. Um, but yeah, we can have a lot of fun with set dressing everything. But we need to work on the town here. Yeah, I'm thinking if you see like these would be the player boundaries right here. And we can put spawn points in here, for enemies. A couple here. We can create more spawn points. That's the thing. We have 8 right now. We can do 10. I probably can add 2 more, and that would be okay. Now I'm thinking this building should go over here. Yep, now that I see it. Not gonna do it. All right, and then I'll have to put something over. Um, so yeah, we'll have to fill in some gaps here. Like I think we can just use some of the older buildings. That, like I said, you're not going to see the front of these, and so it doesn't really matter what they say at this point. They're just there to, kind of um, fill in space. Same with this building over here. Coffee shop. Worry about that later. We got to fill this gap right here. And put this one here. This one over here too. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this one over, I think. Put this restaurant. This one on the corner. If we can get one more in there. Guess we could throw that one or the pizza one. We could throw one of these in there. kind of work. Like I said, at this point, it doesn't really matter what, you know, you're not gonna see these buildings. They're just set dressing in the side. But we wanna, make sure it works, so can always finesse these later. I think that one's I mean, that's the pluses in my I mean, that's kind of like some added bonus now that we got, and obviously, if you look at any town, all the buildings are different because, buildings are built at different time periods. Not all buildings are built the same year or anything like that. You know what I mean? So, like, it's okay to have different kind of style of architecture within. I think that works real well. And then once we get the city hall there, which we're probably gonna have to adjust because I think I made city hall way too big, but also we can, I found in one of these packs they have like parking lots. So, some of this space that we got back in here, we can put parking, fill it up with parking. So that's cool. So there, I think we're good. Obviously we can slot some other buildings in here with this other pack I got. Um, but it works. Roads. Oh, because we're probably gonna have to use some of these residential buildings as well. I gotta remember what pack. Have it down. It was this pack, yeah, the Polygon City pack. So we got a bunch of a bank, yeah. So these are a little different, but I like them because like I said, it adds a little of that variety. Um, like that building would work perfect in here. Um, we should put that build. We should take one of these buildings out. Put something like that. Huh. Yeah, this would be that would be a cool building. We need to utilize that. Put that one over there, I guess. But we should add some, variety buildings like this. Because if you look at any town, towns were created and they were, different eras, different times. So we need to mix it up a little bit. That works perfect. So we're looking at this way, we're coming that way. Yeah, we'll definitely see that. So we're gonna have to put some stuff here. Um, maybe. Yeah, we'll definitely have to build these out. We could put some parking lots back here. So basically, this is gonna be the main view, looking this way. We're gonna see the backs of those buildings like that, basically. Um, if we did adjust the camera, like we could get that silhouette, this in the back, but I think we should just keep this. So um, but we'll have to maybe put some parking lots and stuff back here. We got all these other And this just brings the variety to the town, which is good. Yeah, we got some houses. We can build a little. But yeah, so I'm probably gonna maybe take some of these buildings out. Um, I don't know yet, and add some of these variety in there, but it works. I'll have to put some buildings over here, a couple over there, a couple that way. We could also do it this way. I think that makes more sense. But you see, like if we're at like a certain angle here, you just fill in a couple of buildings there. Like it ain't gonna matter. It looks like a road's going that way. It looks like the road's going that way. Because we're gonna be down like this. So yeah, we're not gonna see all that stuff. We're not gonna see way back here. It's just sad because like I spent not a lot of time on the mountains, but it's like it's cool. But hey, whatever. All right, these buildings are wrong. Is that the no? That's got to be the front. That was like the back. Then no. Like I said, it doesn't really matter at this. Um, a reference. Yeah, because if you look at here, so this is Hill Valley. Obviously, it's an inspiration. We're just kind of using it for an example. But as you can see, like the roads, this was all a Hill Valley, and that was it. You had background filler, but you never really paid attention to that. Yeah, here's Hill Valley. Because it's just all a bunch of trees, and which we can do. We can throw a bunch of trees and stuff there. So and if you look at here, these buildings, there's different style of architecture. How it is. But they're really close together. I mean, we could go for that look. Okay, so they had bushes surrounding it. The square. Thought we had I see their buildings are all pushed together as well. We might have to do that. Might have to push them together. All right, so that was that. All right. That's coming together. Looking a lot better. So we'll throw a couple more of those types of building. That one's D. D. Try that one. Actually, that little building could work. That could totally work somewhere in here. We'll use this one right here for now. Wow. I don't know if that one will work there. But like I said, it doesn't really matter. It's just to fill space. This building, I think we're gonna take that one out. We're gonna put that one in. I might get rid of that and put this one on. Could do like 2 there or something. I wonder if we have different colors of that. All right, we could do that one. See how big. Oh crap! Which one? Try this one. Yeah, that might work. We're running into like that's kind of. So that might work. Getting some variety. We might need to throw in that other building. Let's try that. Get rid of that one. It was. Yeah. I know this kind of looks out of place though now that I'm thinking about it. I don't, it actually kind of goes. It's just like these are like really cartoony looking. So we'll have to think through that. These are some cool houses. I think this is the this pack we got here. Yeah, the Polygon City pack. I think they offer a bigger one. Like we got the free version, but the yeah, this is it. I think we got the free version, I think. I know I didn't pay for that one. Yeah, like that would work out perfect. City Hall, that was perfect. It's on sale. It's $10. I mean, normally I don't. I mean, I do buy stuff if I need it, but $10. We might as well not. There's some good stuff in here. We might find some more better. We might find better buildings that we can substitute some of these in. Because now that I'm seeing some of these types of buildings, I'm like, yeah, that's kind of cool. Got that. Sorry, I had to help my wife this morning. I had a widescreen monitor that I used to use for my Mac, and then when I upgraded to the app, I don't know if it's an upgrade because I like the screen real estate of a wide, a wide panel monitor that's curved. I had that for like I don't know, I had it for so many years, but then I switched to the Apple display because um, well, the color's better, and like I could plug in my MacBook Pro easier to it. It just plugs in by USB-C. So I had it just laying here on the floor for God months, and I needed a second. As you can tell, I got a second monitor for my gaming computer because I'm gonna try streaming. Um, and she had the other monitor, my other gaming monitor from my first computer. I was like, well, hey, I have this monitor just sitting here, and she's gonna upgrade because she's using my old gaming computer right now. She's for her work. Um, for her she owns her own business, so she just needed a temporary computer, so she's been using the old gaming computer that was my kids. And that's what my kids were using, my gaming computer. So anyway, and so she's gonna get a little Mac Mini since they redid them, because that's all she needs really, is just a little Mac Mini. They're very inexpensive, so I was like, well, here, get this one because it will plug in better to the Mac Mini. And I was like, it's just sitting on my floor, so can I have that monitor and you can have this one? So yeah, so we did the switch. So I got my old gaming monitor back here, my old Dell one, which is a really nice monitor, and plus it flips like to the side, and the widescreen one doesn't. So that was another reason. Then I got my other monitor here, my old. I got the one I'm using right now for this stream is my old LG monitor when I first went 4K on my old Mac Pro, the trash can Mac Pro. I miss that thing. That thing was nice. I loved that thing. A lot of people didn't like that one, the trash can Mac. I loved it because it was small and powerful. It got hot though. That was the only thing. It was just like a freaking exhaust port, just blow the air right out the top. But it was a cool computer for what it was. But yeah, a lot of people didn't like that one. Um, because now I just have a MacBook Pro. Like, I don't even. I used to have like I had the old cheese grater Mac Pros back in the day. I remember that was my dream computer. Was like I want to get a Mac Pro, but they were so expensive, and I got that one refurbished. I traded in my old iMac, the old iMacs, to get that. I remember that. That was like 2010, 2011. Um, God, I've been a Mac user for so long. But that's what I said. Like I use both. I have Windows PC and I have a Mac, so it's not like I'm like why do you like you get those people like why do you use a Mac? Oh well, I used to. It's like dude, I use both. It's like I don't know. I, I I used to use a PC more than I would use a Mac because for work. Every company uses PCs, so the majority of my day I spent on Windows more than I did a Mac. All right, let's look at our asset pack. Fresh here, got that new pack. Oh, there it is. 331 assets. Wow. That's a lot of modular. Oh, vintage office. See, there's vintage stuff. That's gonna work. Oh wow, there's actually characters. Oh, nice. So if these are good characters, yeah, but they're modern looking. We might be able to utilize some. We'll look and see what they got. I mean, this is very modern. Man, I want to stick with the 1950s thing, but does it really matter? I mean, some of these could pass. I mean, I don't know. But I do want to learn how to do these in Blender. I found some really good tutorials on YouTube. It's just one of those things like I have to go through the tutorials. I have to practice. But at this point, it's like this is gonna save us so much time. Oh yeah. Oh wow. Wow. We got a lot. But yet, we could use these for different projects, and some of these could be used. I mean, I think it really doesn't matter at this point. I had this thing. I mean, I want to stay true to my vision, but um, I don't know. I think if we stick to there it is, Polygon City. You know what I mean? If we stick to the thing, I think it's gonna have a whole. But I mean, do people really care? You know, is that a big thing for people? We got characters, environments, props, vehicle. Oh, this is gonna be awesome. Yes, we can use a lot of these. Okay, we gotta hold on. We gotta do this. Gotta do the render thing. So, like I said, when I first started Unity, when I started using Unity, you had to do this when you brought things in, and it would tell you how many were there. Now it doesn't do that, so I don't know. It's gonna take a little time.
It's 11 o'clock.
I'm saying, like if I had the resources and I was good at 3D modeling, I mean, this is a prototype too. So we can throw all these characters in to see how it's going to function and look, and then we can just swap out those assets, once I build them. That's what I'm saying. This is just a prototype. This isn't the final. Um, you know, so we'll see. It's going to take a little bit. But it's coming along. I mean, we're starting to I think we're starting to find some things are coming together now. We got the UI kind of looking good. Like I said, those fonts I think will work. We just got to figure out the color palette. And if I'm going to do any custom UI. But Right now, we just need to build the game. We just need to build the prototype, make sure it's working, make sure it functions, it's fun, and we can always swap in assets and stuff. That's what I'm saying. We just need to put stuff in to get the feel of the game, to get to see how it looks and how it functions, and if this camera view is going to work. Because as you know, right now we're using these little shapes for characters. But when you throw in these actual characters and then the abduction thing happens, we're gonna have to change that all around too, because we've gotten so used to these things, so it's gonna look different. Um, but yeah, I think we just need to just keep plowing ahead and see what happens. But I mean, I would love to do the aesthetics, of the 50s, and which we still can do. I mean, it's just I got to learn Blender. This is gonna take a bit. Well, while we wait, we can jam out a little bit. Up real quick. All right. That's a Bush song somewhere. Love and hate. I don't know if it starts off there, but come down, I think. So I was working on building up my fingers, because like these 3 fingers are usually pretty good. It's like using these 2 together, like these 2, the 1 and 3 fingers, like that's the easiest to do stuff with. It's these 2 to try to do things. So I've been trying to build up the strength in those things. It's tough. And I could do these, like these are my strong ones. The 1, 2, and 4, I can do a lot. That's just like my natural. So Nino does something similar. He does that like something like that, and it's like I was doing it one day, and I was like, everybody's like, "Oh, that's so hard." I was like, "It's not that. I don't know. It sounds hard, but like muting the string." Anyway. It's so much when we have everything just clean, like no delay or anything. It's like that stuff really covers up a lot. It really covers up. Fills in a lot of that space. Okay. I used to know that. Raining blood, I think. And this is taking forever to process it. Wow. Well, there's a lot of assets. It sounds harder. I mean, I don't know. That is tough. Because he's like top for teacher. It's like. Ah, man, I don't remember. I'll play it now. It's been a while. That's a Metallica song. That's a newer Metallica song. It's gotta be. It sounds Metallica. Sounds like something off of like, oh, Death Magnetic. All right, we're still converting. It's been a while. Something like that. Like that was one that I struggled with when I first started learning like how to play that damn song. I'd try it so many times and finally one day it just kind of clicked. And once you learn the shapes, makes it so much easier. Like that was the problem. I never knew the shapes because when you read tabs sometimes, you don't know what shapes you're playing because you're just reading the numbers. You know, it's like that's one thing about tab. I play it kind of, I think, right, but it's like this is an A minor. Then you go to here. D, F, but see, I play it weird. Like, I probably shouldn't play it that way because to do that, to go from this to that, it's kind of making it harder than it should be for myself. That's just how I learned it, and that's how my fingers remember it. So I don't think Paige plays it that way. I love that part. Dun, dun, dun. To a C. I think it's the A. No. I'd have to listen to it. Wait. One time I got Nothing Else Matters. I figured out the intro, but then it's like one of those things, if you don't do it a lot, you forget it. I could play it on the piano. Weird. See, it's E minor. Something like that. I don't remember it. It's very Stairway. You can hear stairway and nothing else matters. That's it. It's well, this is stairway. But then there's that was nothing else matters. But then like stairways. Very similar. Too much reverb. That's what it sounds like without all that cool stuff. Little dirt. Yeah, it's still going. Man, I used to do power chords. When I first started, I'd play power chords like this. And then playing Metallica stuff, I adopted it how they play it. They play it this way. A lot of those thrash people, that's how they play they play with your 1 and 4 finger. When I began, I used to play like this. That's a cool trick. Is what you could do is from the G, drop it to the F sharp with the. A lot of the old 80s stuff did that. That's Iron Maiden did that too a lot. That's a... What the hell is that? Warrant. That's a down boy. But it's E flat though, so it's not, doesn't sound right. Ah, is this ever gonna be done? Probably froze it up. That's not right. They play it's Diamond Head, but Metallica covered it. Am I Evil? But I think they do it somewhere up here, but I play it that way. That's just a cool riff. It's just to think that that was like written in the late 70s, early 80s. Work on my sweep picking. It's like sweeping this way. I could do really easily. It's just... Like 3 strings I can do pretty good. It's the 4, 5, 6 string, or 4, 5 string. I don't know who this is. It could be a... Like some days I'm really good at sweeping, and some days it's just like, it just doesn't work for me. Like some days I can come in here and just like sweep like crazy. It's like, but then some days it's like my fingers just, they don't connect. It's like this hand and this hand has to be in sync. Which sweep picking is, to me, the best sweep picker is Jason Becker. Like, just nobody gets better than him. Just the way he would sweep is like, it was like, but it's so clean and it sounds so good. Low relief. Oh, power outage at my kid's school. Hope that's not what the call was. urgent. Listen to this. Hmm. Yeah, so I guess my kid's school there's a power outage here in Ohio. We don't have it here, but where I'm fine. They're still gonna have school. Man, it's like back when I was a kid, dude. If power went out, we wouldn't have, they would can't because we didn't have back. They have like backup generators and all this stuff in all these schools. Like I think their elementary school is like 15 years old, if that. And then they just built a new middle school and high school. So it's like my kid's school has like air conditioning. It's like, dude, my school didn't have that as a kid. Oh man, we didn't have air. I don't think we had air in our. I know our elementary school didn't. Can't remember if our high school did. Crazy. Anyway, all right, this thing is still going down. Well, we just did it. We just imported a lot of assets. All right. Well, this is doing this. I should go down and grab some tea, really. Um, get a voicemail. Or if that's from this. Oh yeah. This is the thing. It's like the school will call me sometimes, and it's like the number will come from like a different state. So it's like I don't know what it is, and it's like what we would think it'd come from a local number. Um, anyway. All right. Hopefully this will be done when I come back, but it looks like it's gonna be. We're still loading down here. All right. I'm gonna go grab some tea real quick, and I'll be right back. I'll have to let the dog out. It's out. So be right back. Man, it's still going. Dog's still outside. I gotta go back down and get him. Need to open my window. It's starting to warm up now. It was like, oh, still 53 degrees. It was literally like 80 degrees the other day. Weather's been wild. I can't believe this is still going. Not responding. God dang it. That's what I thought. Alright, we might have to close this down. Do this. Quit out of some of these apps. I didn't even know I had some of these. Been using that. Alright. You go down and see if he's ready. Hopefully this will work. Okay, had to get him out of the garden. Ugh. Wife has this little garden on the side of the house, and there's like chicken wire up. He managed to get through it on the side. So had to get him out of there. Having two computers in this room now makes it hot, but I don't have that on. It's like on sleep mode, but just all the electronics in here. Just kind of turn these off, I think. Just all the, you got this Apple display, this display over here, got the computer. All the heat in here. Okay, so I don't know if that pack, no, the pack was in here. We were trying to get the asset. Is this it? No, that's the old one. Wait a minute. Do we even have it in here? Polygon City pack. No, that's not. What? Oh, that's it then. Yeah, we had simple Poly City, this one. I think it's part of the same thing. Okay. That's the old one. All right, it must be that Polygon one. Polygon City, there it is. Oh, you. Uh-huh. We got characters, we got businessman. Yeah, see, some of these might be able to work. What we have outlined currently, or what I was envisioning, but as anything in this project is, yeah, enemy civilian. So like some of these could be the civilians, farmer, and just random humans. We can use all that, police and soldier. Some of these could work. We got the police. Like this guy could work. Actually, that one could work too. Okay, well, some of those are okay. What do we got? Environments. Oh, wow. Cool. We can totally use some of these too. Um, yeah. Okay, so there's some cool stuff in here. Some trees. Nice. Oh, wow, they got rain. Crops. Like the billboard. Oh, dude, we totally need billboards. Oh, yeah, we can totally use some of those. Those were huge in the 50s. So yeah, we could totally use some billboards. We'll have to create our own city sign. Oh, we can use some of these too. That one. Definitely that one. Old mailboxes. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here. Park benches, totally we can use those. Parking meters, we can use those. Maybe that bench. Definitely use those. Some of them. Yeah, there's a lot of things in here we can use for set dressings, definitely. Well, cameras we can't use. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in here I think we can use. Oh, that, we can totally use that. Bus stop, we can use that. Yeah, there's some really good stuff in here. So that's going to be fun when we have to set dress everything. Cool. We got vehicles. Those are too modern. Yeah, those are way too modern. We can't use them. Definitely some of those things in there we could definitely utilize. We got material. Take a look at the buildings. Nice. Oh yeah, we can use some of these. There we go. City Hall. Boom! The whole reason we bought this thing. The whole purpose of buying this whole freaking pack for 10 bucks. Hey, can't beat 10 bucks. I think it was originally 20. We could finally get rid of this. Delete. Bada bing, bada boom. And it's too small. We can scale it. City Hall should be a little bit bigger. What does 2 look like? Well, I don't know. Hold on. Let me... Damn it. Well, what we could do is we can build around City Hall, build some stuff. And this thing has little sidewalks and stuff, so we're going to have to utilize all that. All right, let's see how this looks comparative to my character. Oh, that's too damn small. Yeah, that's way too small. There we go. That's much better. Much better. We just want to make sure that everything looks okay. Yeah, those doors look fine. That looks fine. Perfect. Perfect it. Oh, look at that. It's coming together. Now we can put plants, we can put some stuff around there. Like I said, we'll like really set dress all this. That's exactly what I was looking for. I mean, that works perfectly. Yeah, that looks great. That will work out perfect. Cool. And then we'll go in here and we'll start adding some of these other buildings. Well, I think that one's too small, actually. I think this needs to be scaled up. See if we can, maybe 1.5. No, maybe 2. No, that's a little tall. I mean, that works fine. Height, well, maybe that 1.5. See, that door is too big compared to these doors. That's the problem. That might work. That looks a lot better. Now, are we gonna? I don't know if that's gonna stay there. Now we have more building options here. We definitely need a fire station. Because we're getting a vibe of a small town. Okay, that's like too modern. We don't need all that. Some of this stuff you can put together. Build it how you want. Alright, so there might not be a lot of... I mean, we could get very detailed here, it looks like. But some of the... Yeah, I don't know if a lot of these buildings we're going to use. I mean, we could totally use these for... you know, some of this stuff we can use in further future projects.
It's 12 o'clock.
Basically, we just got because of the city hall. I mean, that's the whole reason I bought that pack, basically. But there's some stuff in there we can totally use. All right, look at that. Wow, we're coming together. Now I actually think that side looks better. We gotta do some work on this side over here. Yeah, we definitely have to do some work. All right, cool. I don't know. Do we need to scale that up a little bit more? What's this at? 2? Oh, that's at 2. What's 2.5? Whoops. There we go. That actually, yeah, 2.5 might actually be better. All right. Now we're gonna have to get figured. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, cool. Perfect. All these buildings. I'm gonna look through those roads and stuff and see if there's any cooler road looking. Any roads we might want to utilize, but definitely we'll have to utilize some parking lot stuff. Now let's come out here. Should probably rebake this. Just the city hall here. Oh, that's so cool, man. That's so cool. Coming together now. Because we could do flagpole. I mean, if we could find a flagpole, definitely a flagpole will have to be here. We'll have to put some flags here. You know, we'll have to get creative. We'll have to look at some city hall, like some downtowns, get some interesting looking all right, let's see how it looks in game here. And then we got to work on the player movement. I have a script. We just need to implement it. And then we got to worry about how these collisions work too. Yeah, I think that's going to work. That looks good. That looks real good. Obviously, we're going to have to work on some stuff, working, you know, dressing it up, making it look better, put some sidewalks, do, you know, all that cool stuff. We will get there. Okay. Yeah, we got to fix that building, whatever that's doing that. We don't want to go through it. We will figure that. Okay, that building might be too high for right there. because that's blocking a lot of stuff there. So we might have to move that apartment building. That might have to go over on the other side, now that I think about it. Okay, what I wanted... Oops. Very nice. What we did there, but that was cool. Okay, so I'm thinking... Yeah. So cut off of the boundary will probably be right here. So we'll need to add a couple buildings here, add a couple buildings here. Because we're not going to be able to go down those roads. We'll probably put... Alright, something's weird about that. I think I messed with the setting. We'll have to look at that. Yeah. These look okay. You know, we can work on that. As you can see, it takes a long time just to get through the square here. You know, some of this can be parking lots over here. And then obviously the player bounds will be right here. So we'll put a couple buildings there. Yeah. And that will be it. Put a parking lot, maybe, or put another building there, put a couple buildings there, parking lot. Cool. I think this, I think we need to move him over, like we need to move, well, he is kind of center screen. And we got to work out these power-ups. We got to figure out what the hell is wrong with these power-ups. Yeah, it's coming together pretty good. But yeah, I mean, you can see how long it takes just to maneuver on this map. So I think just having a town square, we can set dress this all up, and I think that will be okay. We'll get this all looking good. That's going to take us a lot of time to do, you know, and then we'll put a couple things here, put a parking lot maybe or something. Yeah. The boundary will be about right there. Boundary will be right there. I think that's all we need to worry about. That's going to save us so much time. You know, we were going to like, oh, we're going to build out this whole... No, I think this is fine. This will work just fine. Should we put a UFO? Like he lands here? Like his UFO is here or something? I don't know. We'll figure all that out. But yeah, we definitely have to move that building. That's not going to work there. I think what we'll do is we'll take that coffee shop. Put it where the coffee shop is. We'll see how that works. And that's the thing. I mean, you know, all this stuff is going to change. I mean, I don't know if this is final. We'll, you know, we can work through it. You know, it feels right, looks right. Because these are two, I don't know, those buildings over here, like the buildings over here look a little more uniform than the buildings here. But we don't need to worry about that right now. The city will come together. That works for now. Yeah, everything just looks out of place now. I think we just need to I don't know. We'll figure that out, because that building just looks out of place now. This building just looks weird. And this one looks kind of out of place, too. I'm thinking like some of these buildings could be these buildings we fill up over here. You know what I mean? I think for the town, we kind of still need to use these. Can't remember which one we were... Be over here. Okay. We'll need to put something here. Maybe we'll put one of those, wow, my fans are actually spinning on the computer, the MacBook Pro. Unity's like, we always got to keep in mind this is like my first real game. I mean, I've done some little things, but this is like a first real like objective game of actually building it out. So I mean, and things can change, but I love that city hall. I'm so glad we found that. And we can see. Is there any? That's so cool. Yeah, it was $20. We got it for 10. Man, you can't complain. Oh, this is that big asset pack. Yeah. See what they got there. I think we like that one too. I think that was the one I favored. But see, we can do some of this stuff here. And actually, that might be a little bit better. We can have some of that grass here, but if we can find something that had, I don't know if that one we have has grass in it. See. Remember it? Yeah. See how you do something like that. God, look at that, man. Look how much details in there. But see, we can build out the city like this, man. That will be cool. We could do something like that too. That's just probably what? Oh no, they actually had those in there. Right. Oh, that's the rain. You know, I'm almost I'm I'm almost tempted. I mean, God, I want to stay with the 50s aesthetic, but I'm almost tempted to just roll with this, man. We got all the things. I mean, obviously I need to create some of my own assets, but I mean, we got everything we need right here. Okay, so here's all this stuff. Okay, we have stop signs, billboards. Okay, so those are modular. Yeah, so there's the clouds and stuff. That's so cool. Yeah, so here's all the like pavement stuff. Okay, here's the little grass stuff. Dude, we could totally use all that. Cool. Why is this showing more cars? And oh, those are just changing the colors. Yeah, it's the same thing. You're just changing color. They have different materials. Same with the people. I really need to learn how to do these. I mean, just using this type of a low poly asset pack, and if we don't do the stylized 19, I mean, I love that idea, but I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter really. It's just, it doesn't matter. We have to create the main character though. We'll have to do that in Blender. Um, I don't know. Just keep on here. All right, we gotta go back to that asset pack. I gotta see. Yeah, that's the old one. And we're gonna have to clean up some of this, get rid of some of these older ones we don't need. Yeah, we got some of this stuff here we can use. This is, I think this was the, yeah, this was the smaller free version, I think. Which there's some good stuff in here. There it is. Oh, it's a demo. Well, we're gonna definitely have to check that out. So yeah, all these props are gonna be good. Environmental stuff. This is okay. Here it is. We're definitely gonna use these. We'll keep the I wonder. Let's just see. Wonder if we can add that as a texture. If we can do that, that will save us so much time. Okay, so that's in the Polygon City. Can I just drag that in there? Probably not. No, I don't think that's gonna work. Because these are textures. Anyway, what we can do, we're just going to utilize these. What are these? Okay. Yeah, we'll definitely use some of this stuff, the sidewalks. Oh, yeah, this is... Because we can make paths right here. We're definitely going to need the paths for that. Okay. Let's start working on that. We're kind of getting carried away now. All right, what is this one? Okay, that's that. Ocean. Great path. All right, let's just lay down well... I'm guessing we can put those right on top of that. Let's see how this is going to work. I'm going to work over here first. Let's work on City Hall. Thing is, like, am I doing this right? I kind of just want to like tuck it under there. Oops. See the seam though. Okay, there we go. That's gonna work. And then we'll do the sidewalks, maybe coming up to there. Yeah, we'll do that since we don't have to do a lot of grass. Well, I mean, we'll have to do the square, and that's what I'm thinking. I think we're gonna do something here. Um, we'll have to create some stuff here and get really detailed. And then mostly this is gonna have to be all grass because that's what we're seeing. and then we'll utilize some more of that other stuff. Let's see, roads, and then these sidewalks. Yeah, these will be cool. God, I don't want to have to redo roads again. Oh my god. Let me see. Do they have roads here? All right, they do. Well, we might be able to use these. Totally use some of this stuff. We can maybe do that around City Hall. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. So yeah, we got some cool stuff in here. Got the roads. Oh, crosswalks. Oh yeah. I like these roads though. But the thing is, I like the this stuff, the sidewalk. I like these. We can. Ooh, here we go. Yep, they got trees in here. Totally use some of these trees. We have some of our own. We have other low poly trees. Gonna be cool. Stream boo. Yeah, I need stream boo. Damn, it's just out of control. So yeah, this is gonna take us so much time. This is where a lot of time is the set dressing, but it's gonna make it because it's gonna make the game feel cool. It'll feel like a real city. Right now, it's so bare. Um, Before we start diving into that, let's look at our players. Get that. Let's start working on. That's a little more something we need. So so let's see. I want to see what we can do here. I just want to see what this. I was thinking last night, and I was just, hey, come up with something. I want to compare to what we already have, because I think it's this movement. I mean, it can work. It can work. It works better. I mean, now that we have this view, it works a lot better. I'm thinking, should we do left or should we do right? I don't know. What is our title of our 1950s? Prototyping alien abduction. Yeah, think I think I think we can bring elements of the 50s, like, you know what I mean? I think for me, I mean, ah, man, I really want to do that though. But at this point, it's so much work. You know what I mean? To do all to make it so stylized, and it's like the whole point of this thing was like I didn't want to spend like a lot of time doing this. I don't know. I think let's just focus on what we're doing, and then because I still have to learn. That's the thing. I have to learn Blender and do all this stuff. Oop, I guess I remember I gotta fix. I forget. Oh, yeah, I mean, kind of like the other roads in that this poly thing, but too high. And this stuff is like very tedious. A lot of it we're not, you're not really gonna even see over there. I think once we start getting this thing built out, we start getting props, we start getting stuff, it's gonna really start to come together. And obviously we're gonna move it. I mean, just putting that there, so that freaking block we've had for so long, looks way better. I mean, the 3D would have been cool though, with the mountains like that. But whatever. We could still do it. So remember, we have to put some buildings here, do something here. That will work. Okay. Doesn't matter what it looks like from the front because you're not going to see. Definitely will have to put parking there. Some of that out. I wonder if there's any like flag poles. Oh, water tower. Maybe we could put like a billboard sign somewhere. We'll figure all that. Ooh, fire hydrants, yeah. They have a flagpole? Light pole. Light pole. We're gonna need a flagpole. See anything. Oh, air conditioning. Billboard. That would be cool if we put that in like the distance or we can figure that out. Yeah, I don't think this one has flagpole. That'd be cool. Yep, I don't see one in there. Did the other that one didn't have any oh, that's the same one. This one, I don't think this had. Let's see what this one has in props. We got some props in here as well. So that's cool. Ooh, we can use those walls. I think those walls will be pretty good for the city hall. Ooh, some of those stoplights we can definitely use for here. We got a lot to work with here. Ooh, we can use that, yeah. Phone booth. Dude, we can actually use that for health. Ooh, head is definitely use that. Fence. Some of these benches, definitely that bench. We could totally use that. All right, so no flagpole in there. Oh, that's letters. Oh, cool. Nice. We can use that to spell out the town or something. We can put it back here, but you're not gonna see it. Okay, so no flagpole in there either. Traffic signs. Cool. We got traffic signs. Definitely use those. Okay, so yeah, we got a lot of stuff just out of those two packs that we can totally utilize, which is great. It's just I don't think. Wait, what's this simple poly one? Props. What do they have in props? Bench. So it's like a mixture, and they're all like low poly, so they all kind of go together. They don't have a flagpole. I mean, that's something maybe I can do myself in Blender, like one of the first things I can learn to do. And we can almost create one row builder. See anything? Anyway. Okay, so we got that because we're definitely gonna need a flag there, totally in the middle. Oh, that's cool. Where was that fence? We're gonna need do that. Get some images of city halls for reference. Yeah, that's kind of like the one. So if we have a billboard like this, like a little thing, we can use those letters to spell out City Hall. Yeah, see, they always have flags in the front. We can, if they have something like that in the asset pack, we could totally do that. So you can see there's like little trees around, benches. Okay, that works. Colorado Springs. We'll need to do. We'll need to pull that back a little bit. That sidewalk there. You can see there's trees all over. All right, so let's see how these even look. That one. We're scaling. Like that tree there. Did they think nature? Oh, this has a lot of stuff. Go with those. I like those. Rocks. Totally can use rocks. Where's the? Okay, that's simple poly. We got the. I think this is fence. City. that's Polygon City. And then there was this. Yeah, okay. Plot sign. As I said, like, this is gonna get us there, but there's still a lot. Hey, Bid, how you doing? We're still gonna have to create some stuff, you know, like specific items. I'm not doing too bad. How about yourself? Slowly working on it. We kind of coming together again. We're utilizing some asset packs. I found a city hall, which is gonna work perfect. Been building out it here. We're kind of changing the scope a little bit. We changed the camera angle, as you can see, probably from last time you've been here. I know I was kind of going for the 1950s kind of thing. I mean, we could still kind of do that, but you know, that's going to take so much time to create assets to be so specific. So I found some low poly city packs, which have a lot of cool stuff, and I think we're just going to utilize that. And some of these have characters in them already that we can utilize. You know, I mean, I'm just going to build the thing. You know, I'm not going to get all hung up on. I mean, the idea that I had is cool, but you know, the whole idea for this game was not to be it was just to be a little quick thing and put something together. So we're kind of I was kind of blowing it all up, you know, and making it bigger than it was supposed to be. So okay, so now I'm just kind of working on getting some ideas, like what trees to use at City Hall. But yeah, this is where I've built so far. And because remember before we were gonna, you know, we were gonna like, oh, let's build out this whole thing. No, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna focus on this area. And I'm gonna tighten this space up. Basically, the mountains we're not gonna really see, and the gameplay area is basically just gonna be right here because it's big enough, you know, for what we're trying to do. And then we're gonna set dress all this. You know, we're gonna make this look like a real town. You know, we'll set dress this, get stuff in here, make it look cool, all that stuff to make it look like a real city. You know, and then most of this stuff will just be filler, and then we'll do a player bounds. Like they won't be able to go past this road. Basically, this is the gameplay area right here. That's it. I think that will work. You know, I think I was just making the game too big. You know, like I'm doing stuff way more than I should. I mean, if I want to spend 2 years working on this, yeah, we can do that, but I don't. And it's just let's just do something, make a game, complete it, put it out there, move to the next one. All right. I'm going to go hit the bathroom real quick. Right back. You know, and as we get closer to the game, you know, being finished and all this stuff, we can always polish later and fix things. You know, this is just it's a prototype. You know, and to get to see if this game's even gonna be fun, even if it's even gonna work. Because everything's gonna change once we start putting in real assets and stuff. So it's just kind of one of those deals. We just kind of have to go as we go. Um, all right. Looking for. I have trees here. Yeah, we got some of these trees. Guess I could scale these different. Crap, I don't think I can scale those. Ah, now I gotta find that tree. SM. Okay. Not gonna work. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be very time intensive. I don't want to do that now. Okay. We might have to do different roads or put something here. I gotta bake this around. There we go. to get some reference photos. Right. So as you can see, like we have buildings here. These don't matter because like actually I have to figure out how we don't clip the building. Do that. Probably in the cameras or machine. Cameras. What that is. Need to find out flipping planes. Ah, this is probably it. Alice? We might have to adjust this. Let's just experiment with this. This might be what I need. Yeah, that we need to fix that. That's I don't know what that is, and that's from thinking it's something. I want to see if it's that size that we're dealing with. I think it's hard coded. See what this camera does. What it's doing. Right there. Yep. It is. Okay. Design your levels with isometric camera in mind, ensuring that important game players are visible. Yeah. Yeah, this is what using layers and culling math. We're gonna have to figure that out. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure that part out. And we might put on the adjust building. It's Jim. Worry about that. Exactly what. So that's the problem. It's the camera. See, that would probably be a lot
It's
better.
1 o'clock.
Oh, it's still clipping it, but for some reason we gotta. Um, Maybe that's just too far away. What's this? It's, oh, oh, yeah. It's not gonna work. Zero zero three. Huh. Yeah, this is gonna be an issue, I think. What is 30? Might have to find if there's any tutorials on YouTube about how to fix that. What happened was we had that 3D, or we had the third person view, which we didn't have to worry about any of this stuff. I mean, we could still do that, but I think this works. It's just we're in the 3D thing. Now all the buildings matter what it looks like. I don't know. We wrestled with it yesterday, and the problem was I changed it to 3D. We had it, and then player movement controller got all screwed up. And then we tried rewriting a new one, and it created more of a mess. So I don't know. Um, Olivia Bradley, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. And welcome in. I gotta fix those shaders. Figure those out. Now that the skybox doesn't matter, we should probably do. Instead of like we had that one. Mm, they're kind of cool though. Actually, those are kind of cool. Kind of fits what you're going for. But you're not gonna see them, so that's why I kind of want to do the 3D thing, man. Is it's really cool. We initially built the game, everything being isometric or top down, actually. Reminds me of The Simpsons. Anyway, here we go again. We're making all this progress today, doing all this stuff, and then now we hit a brick wall, which always happens. Fine, it's fine. It's gonna happen. Well, I mean, we could get the details to start building out the city and stuff. The thing is, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. We got to fix some issues here. Decisions. I mean, I like this view, but man, I don't like. I'm torn. Like, I am really torn. I wanted more. We got really into that 3D thing, but see, with this camera view, it might not work. I have to figure that out. But then if we go 3D, we really have to worry about these buildings because if you see, I reused a lot of them on that one side. I gotta adjust that mother beam. I did something. So something with that mother. Where's the prefab? I think I put that. I think I turned that on. That's what. So many things we have to do though. Like we have to fix this thing, this cone. He's pushing us back. I want to see what this fade in thing is. Let this happen. Getting. I don't know what that. Turn that setting off. Maybe it's just the way that this camera view now. Hitting the shader. Yeah. I think that's what it is. Gotta find that. What if we just do default and do default here? See what that does. Um, like I said, I still gotta polish this shader. I don't know if I like it. It works. See what that does. Bit, are you still here? Or Olivia? I know some people just like to hang out and watch. It's fine. Uh-oh. Doing it. Okay. So that didn't do anything. I think it's just because of the way that the camera is angled now. We're seeing the light bounce off it. I think what I'm gonna do, use some other assets over here. Set up. These are, I mean, these were great. These are great. Some of them are great. Some of them are not. That I'm not liking it. Now that we have these other things that we use. I think there'd be more though. There we go. Police station? Big for fire department. Use that one. How big is this? Oh. That will work. I think that should go. I don't know if this is where it's gonna be, but seeing things. Right, we need to see what we can build over here. What? Bank. We need that, dude. We need that. Whoa. Yeah, we don't have a bank in here. Have a coffee shop? A coffee shop somewhere. We need a bank. free up some of this. It says, say bank there? It does. See, that like matches a little more of the style. Apartment. This is Polygon City. If they have any other ones. All right, this is the one we got here. It does have a. Okay, Polygon City. He's got a military pack. Cool. These are expensive, but you get a lot. I mean, just that one we bought for $10. We got quite a bit of stuff. And not have any other city stuff. Got police station. It's a different one? Simple town. What these look like. Kind of what we already have. Already have some of like some of them though. Oh, this is upgraded. Oh, these are cartoon assets. Like another city pack. I bet you that was like his probably original one. And then the one we just got was yeah, that's looked at. He's got a free pack of that Simple Town, but I think it will fit. They're more. Those are kind of cartoony. More low poly. This one here. What is this one? I think this is like probably his first one or something. Yeah, but I don't think that's gonna work. Yeah, that's not gonna work. It's cool. It's not gonna work. The style we have, yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay. What is this? We just gotta be careful, like what we're getting here, because some of these, are not. It's not gonna match. Not gonna match. At least those ones do kind of match the other one we have. I really like that guy, man. Cinti, he got some good stuff. Yeah, those aren't gonna work either. All right, we got two fast food places, so let's get rid of that one. We got a couple of these restaurants. See, will that work? Could work, but uh, that will work. Um, that could work. Get rid of that fast food. Okay, that gives a little more variety. Just don't know if these ones are gonna be. I don't know. That looks good for now. I think that's good for now. It's like I haven't done anything today. Really got to figure out what we're going to do for the center. Like that center there, we're gonna have to design that, figure that all out. That's gonna be thing. Be something. That's what. All right. Well, kind of hitting a brick wall. Got to get some lunch. I think we're just gonna call it for today. We've been streaming 3 hours. I think 3 hours is good for right now. I don't know. Some days I do a little longer than that. Um, Tomorrow's gonna be a little different. No, actually, tomorrow will be fine. I just have an appointment. When is that appointment? It's at 2:30. Yeah, it's at 2:30. So tomorrow we'll probably stream just like today. Do 3 hours. Like what I like to do is I like to break this up, like not do everything all in one day, and then kind of come back to some of these ideas that I'm thinking of, and you need some time away. But I love that city hall. I'm so glad we found that. But yeah, the town's really starting to come together. We're gonna have to work on it a little bit more. Um, like I said, I'm still debating if I want to keep this view. I don't know yet. It almost would be kind of cool if it was first person. We just had a first person view and you're just going around. I don't know. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I need to think through it and kind of get some feedback and see what works the best for what we're trying to do. Um, I still think 3D thing will be better. Like we originally had it. It's just if we do that, it's going to create a lot of problems with the player movement script, and we had a lot. And I ran into some issues yesterday. Um, but we can work through that, I think. Yeah, so I think tomorrow we should start when I have a little more energy. Like I said, I always start off like really on fire in the morning, get going, and then as we go along, it just kind of I just start like my brain just starts, fried a little bit. Um, yeah, I think tomorrow we should start working on this middle section, working on the city hall, working on the props and stuff. I think a little, kind of lay this out to see what we're gonna do. Then we need to start tweaking things a little bit. I need to see this wave spawner. See where all these spawn points are. Way outside of the play area. Not in here. Way outside. Oh, good thing we got the. Also, the other thing we have to think about is where's our guy gonna start? You're gonna start dead in the middle. So that's another thing. How we're gonna do all that, or what we're gonna do, how we're gonna do that. I mean, like I said, my original vision, I really like that, like building this thing out. But then you gotta think about like, is that this game? It's not. Um, you know what I mean? The point is to keep it kind of condensed, because like to feel the waves on you, to make it hard, to make it that's difficult. So that's what I'm saying. I think doing this size here would be okay. But anyway, getting hungry, need some lunch. Glad we found some other buildings here. That needs to go back. Oh, we got the coffee shop. Plan that over here for now. And once we start getting some props in here, trees, and start to make it look cool. All right, I think I'm gonna call it today. I need to get some food, some lunch, kind of relax a little bit. We'll be back tomorrow 10 o'clock. I think we got a little later start today, a little later than normal. But it's all good. So thanks everybody. I want to thank Libya Bradley for the follow. And Bit, you said hey, don't know if you're still here. Thanks for dropping in. He might be working on something. He might just have me on in the background, which is fine. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, 10 Eastern. All right, bye everyone. Take care. Bye.